Start of the Thanksgiving holiday weekend turned very dangerous for some middle school students in Virginia Beach. 2 men were shot and a group of students saw the entire thing.
The students say bullets were whizzing past their ears and their school bus driver did nothing to help. The shooting happened outside a home on Blue Jay Drive and the victims made it to nearby Poppy Crescent. Robert Boyd has the story.
Well, a group of middle school students were getting off the school bus right here on Blue Jay Drive around 2 o'clock this afternoon, right when those shots were fired. And those students said they ran in all directions. They were afraid that they could get hit. Now, we interviewed them, and keep in mind, their parents asked us to protect their identity.
I was just in shock because I saw someone get shot.
This 13-year-old and his middle school classmates knew something was wrong as soon as they got off the school bus. A group of about 10 men were in a brawl outside this house.
They were like yelling, "Don't mess with Bloods" and everything. It's like these gangs.
Somebody said, "Go get the stick," and we turned around and started running because we assumed that meant a gun.
Several shots were fired, hitting 2 of the men and nearly missing one of the kids.
I heard whistle noises from like bullets. Like it like hit me in the ear and it was just like pretty loud. So
the students say they ran back to the school bus for protection, but there was none to be found.
I asked the bus driver, can we get on here to like call? And they said no, and they shut the door in my face.
We tried to get on the bus, but the bus driver said no and closed the door.
I was just like, why can't I get on the bus? Because I mean, like, it's much safer.
Kim Kenyon's daughter was one of the children not allowed back on the bus.
I can't believe that she didn't open the door for my kids. She just endangered the lives of children. I mean, a bullet could have hit any one of those children.
Kim plans to take this matter up with Virginia Beach school officials as soon as they return from Thanksgiving break. The school district was not available for comment Wednesday night.
I need an explanation, and it better be a whole lot better than I didn't know, because I'm really upset about this.
As for the 2 men who were shot, they were found about 1.5 miles away on Poppy Crescent. They were taken to the hospital with unknown injuries. Virginia Beach police are still investigating the shooting. So far, they have no suspects and have made no arrests. In Virginia Beach, Robert Boyd, 13 News Now.
An inmate on work release died today in Newport News. The sheriff's office tells us they believe Melvin Standback died of natural causes. An inmate found the 53-year-old unconscious after Standback had asked him to get some over-the-counter heartburn medication for him. Workers called 911, started CPR. Standback died at the hospital. He had been in the work release program since the end of June. He was serving time on habitual offender and DUI convictions. For most people, the Thanksgiving holiday is here, but for people who live in an apartment complex in Norfolk, this won't be a very festive Thanksgiving.
Gas was cut to the entire apartment complex. It has been cut since Monday, which means no heat, no hot showers, and no cooking. We just learned moments ago from the apartment manager that gas will not be turned on tonight as hoped.
Crews won't continue working until Friday. Janu Hur talked to residents about how this is impacting their holiday.
It's the night before Thanksgiving here in Ocean View, and it's bitterly cold. And for people who live here at the Royal Mace Apartments, they haven't had gas all week, which means no heat and no stove. So prepping for Thanksgiving has been put on hold.
As night falls at the Royal Mace Apartments, the cold starts to settle in too.
We live right here on the water, so it's really cold.
It's been unbearable for Nakia Murray and her kids who have been sick. Even more so this week, they haven't had gas since Monday because of a gas leak. That means no heat, no hot showers, and no cooking.
Hopefully, it could be fixed before we hit Thanksgiving at midnight.
Her neighbor hopes for the same. They're just 2 units of 124, which the apartment manager says are all affected.
I have to inconvenience my mother's home for us to go and shower at her place. You know, so we have to pack up stuff to bring there, then come back.
They're going to be in the same situation, no food, maybe go to 7-Eleven or order something.
Nakia and Linnell aren't discouraged, though, even dealing with this the night before Thanksgiving. If anything, they say they're encouraged because they've seen their managers working late to better the situation.
And they sent a message saying that, you know, they were working on the situation, which I appreciate them. They have been working on the situation.
They saw the proof firsthand Wednesday night. Virginia Natural Gas trucks and workers were on the grounds, and the manager says a city inspector was ready to go at a moment's notice, all in hopes of warming up for Thanksgiving dinner. In Norfolk, Janu Hur, 13 News Now.
The apartment manager tells us the Salvation Army will be open tomorrow for all of the residents to get a hot Thanksgiving meal and any other help they might need. Volunteers will also deliver meals to dozens of residents who cannot get to the Salvation Army's Hope Center. A Pocosin family is giving thanks this holiday season as an 11-year-old boy recovers from an accident. Kalen Jones was hit by a car last Friday. He suffered a collapsed lung, a laceration on his kidney, and some fractures in his back. He is now home recovering. A close family friend started a GoFundMe page for the family. People from all across the country have donated to help. Kalen and his mom say they are overwhelmed by the support.
I thank you for supporting me while I'm going through a hard time. You become speechless, honestly, because I feel like there aren't words like to say how grateful you are.
If you'd like to help with Kalen and the recovery efforts, you can find the link on our website.
Heading into the holiday season, local business owners tell us they are on the lookout for fake cash. Some shop owners in Virginia Beach say there's been an increase in counterfeit money showing up in their stores.
They bring from 5, 20s, 50s, up to 100s on fake ones.
We found out some business owners are buying machines that can detect counterfeit bills. The bill goes through the machine and gives a simple pass or fail. We're told counterfeiting technology has become more advanced, so these machines will work when other ways won't.
We found that the counterfeit pens weren't as effective. We look at the ribbon, we look at the light, we look at the threads.
The counterfeit machine only costs about $100. Passing counterfeit money could be a felony depending on the amount of the bills.
A desperate search continues tonight in the Pacific. The U.S. and Japanese navies are trying to find 3 missing crew members from an American C-2A Greyhound aircraft that went down today during exercises with the USS Ronald Reagan. 11 people were on board. 8 of them were recovered and are okay, but 3 sailors are still missing.
When sailors are lost at sea, we go beyond what would be a reasonable amount of time searching, probably well beyond what most people would consider hope.
This is the 6th major incident involving the 7th Fleet this year. 2 previous collisions involving the USS Fitzgerald and the USS John McCain caused the deaths of 17 sailors.
Security, as usual, will be tight for the Thanksgiving parade in New York City. There are added concerns since the annual parade comes less than 1 month after that deadly truck attack in Lower Manhattan. This year, every intersection along the parade route will be blocked to traffic. The route is 2.5 miles long. Dozens of sanitation trucks will be lined up as barriers to potential terrorists. Parade goers may notice officers with assault weapons and sharpshooters on rooftops. Authorities say there is no confirmation of a credible threat. We're just days away from Cyber Monday, when 27% more hotel rooms are booked than any other day of the year. But there are new questions about the popular website TripAdvisor and whether the site censored posts warning travelers about potential dangers. ABC's Lana Zach has the latest in Washington.
An investigation by the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reportedly found more than a dozen TripAdvisor users who alleged that their reviews about safety issues at some hotels, like claims of blackouts after drinking and rapes, were deleted or never published at all.
Every day, TripAdvisor would delete that post. And so I would go immediately and repost it the next day, and it would be removed again.
Christy Love claims in 2010 she was raped by a security guard at a resort in Mexico and was unhappy with the hotel's response to the alleged episode. Love tried to warn others on TripAdvisor.
And then they blocked my IP address.
TripAdvisor gives a number of reasons why they delete posts, and one is that they don't meet the family-friendly guidelines. Another is that they're off topic.
The Journal-Sentinel reports that the next year, another guest claimed she was raped by a security guard in the same resort complex. And then again in 2015, another woman, Jamie Valeri, claims she was drugged and sexually assaulted at that same resort. Valeri says that she too tried to post to TripAdvisor, but that her reviews were rejected. Now she wishes she had had access to Love's warning.
I could have made that choice to go somewhere else, but the fact that that warning was never there, they took away all my choices.
A TripAdvisor spokesperson confirmed to ABC News that the company used to have a G-rated language policy, which in this case prompted a forum moderator to delete some posts. That policy has changed, and the company apologized to Ms. Love, reinstated her account, and reposted her 2010 comment.
TripAdvisor tells me that they have made several changes intended to provide valuable safety information and better educate their reviewers and forum moderators. As a result, they now have thousands of these types of safety reviews on their website. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.